Today, we're diving into one of the most chilling cases in British criminal history. The story of Dr. Harold Shipman, Britain's deadliest serial killer. From his early years to the shocking revelation of his crimes, we'll uncover the disturbing details of how Shipman, once a trusted family doctor, became one of the most prolific murderers in modern history. Let's explore the dark and twisted tale of Dr. Death. Harold Frederick Shipman was born in 1946 in a working-class family in Nottingham. Growing up, Shipman showed an interest in sports but didn't have many friends. He attended Leeds School of Medicine after his mother's death from lung cancer, where he met his future wife, Primrose Oxtoby. Shipman graduated in 1970 and began working at a hospital specializing in obstetrics and gynecology. After a drug addiction, Shipman moved to Todmorden, where he worked at a medical center. His colleagues praised him, but he was found stealing drugs, leading to his resignation and a fine. Despite this, he was allowed to continue practicing medicine. In 1992, Shipman opened his practice in Hyde. He gained popularity, being regarded as a caring and attentive doctor. However, suspicions arose due to the number of elderly patients dying under his care. Despite concerns, Shipman's career thrived, and he was even dubbed the best doctor in Hyde. The case of Kathleen Grundy became a turning point in exposing Shipman's crimes. Grundy, a seemingly healthy 71-year-old, was found dead in her home. Shipman, her doctor, claimed she died of old age and signed her death certificate accordingly. However, suspicions arose when a forged will emerged, leaving Shipman as the sole beneficiary. Grundy's daughter, Angela Woodruff, became suspicious and contacted the police. The subsequent investigation revealed that Shipman had administered a fatal dose of morphine to Grundy. His arrest followed, and during the police search, incriminating evidence, including the typewriter used to create the forged will, was found in Shipman's practice. During Shipman's formative years, his mother fell ill with lung cancer. Shipman, then just 17, witnessed her suffering and the effects of morphine used to alleviate her pain. Some speculate that this experience may have influenced Shipman's later actions, as he observed the calming effects of morphine on his mother. This observation would resurface later in Shipman's life, leading to dark and tragic consequences. Rapid deaths. Shipman's patients, predominantly elderly women living alone, began dying at an alarming rate. Shipman's routine visits often ended with sudden and inexplicable deaths. Sometimes, he would claim he found them already deceased, while other times patients would quickly and unexpectedly fall unconscious and pass away during his visits. Despite the suspicious frequency of these deaths, Shipman rarely called for medical assistance, instead swiftly signing cremation forms and death certificates, leaving many questions unanswered. Similar pattern in death. A disturbingly similar pattern emerged in the deaths of Shipman's patients. Most of his victims were elderly women who lived alone and were found dead shortly after Shipman's visits. Shipman often claimed that his patients had died suddenly or that he had found them already deceased. However, upon closer examination, it became evident that Shipman was present at an unusually high number of deaths among his patients. These deaths, often attributed to natural causes like old age, raised suspicions among colleagues and the community, leading to growing concerns about Shipman's practices. After a highly publicized trial, Dr. Harold Shipman was found guilty of murdering multiple patients and forging a will, including that of Kathleen Grundy. Despite pleading not guilty, evidence revealed a disturbing pattern. Shipman was often present during his patients' deaths, and toxicology reports showed traces of morphine. He received 15 concurrent life sentences for murder and an additional 4 years for forgery. The trial exposed the extent of Shipman's crimes, marking one of the most notorious cases of medical malpractice in history. While financial gain, evidenced by the forged will of Kathleen Grundy, was one possible motive, psychiatrists suggested deeper psychological factors. Shipman's actions might have been driven by an obsessive need for control, masked by arrogance and self-confidence. His early experiences, including his mother's painful death, might have instilled a fear of mortality, leading him to seek control over life and death. Shipman's interest in death was evident when he asked a home help if she felt a buzz from finding deceased people. The poorly forged will, as well as his seemingly calculated killings, suggest a complex psychological profile. Despite multiple psychiatric assessments, Shipman's true motives remain unclear. Following his conviction, Harold Shipman was sentenced to 15 concurrent life sentences, with a recommendation that he spend the rest of his life in prison. In 2004, after serving 3 years, Shipman was found dead in his cell, having hanged himself using his bed sheets. His death marked the end of one of the most horrifying chapters in modern British crime history. The debate over Shipman's total victim count continues, with estimates ranging from at least 215 to possibly hundreds more. His case raised serious questions about patient safety, trust in the medical profession, and the need for stringent oversight. Shipman's crimes had a profound and lasting impact, leading to significant changes in medical regulations and the monitoring of medical practitioners, ensuring such atrocities are never repeated. In this video, Mystiques delved into the chilling story of Dr. Harold Shipman, one of the most notorious serial killers in modern history. From his early life and medical career to the shocking revelation of his heinous crimes, we uncovered the terrifying truth behind his facade of trust. Shipman's case serves as a grim reminder of the importance of vigilance and accountability within the medical profession. As we reflect on his legacy, we must ensure that the lessons learned from his atrocities continue to shape the practice of medicine, safeguarding the trust and well-being of patients everywhere. Thank you for watching, and don't forget to subscribe for more true crime content.